Allisa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an updated everyday makeup routine. This is so needed. The last time I did one was like over a year ago and so much has changed, like so much. I think I do every single thing different now, but I hope you guys enjoy and let's just get into it. Ow! Ow! Woo! Okay, so to start off, I'm just going to throw my hair in a headband. For primer, I use the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I have very dry skin and this is super moisturizing. As for foundations, right now I'm either leaning towards the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation or the Hourglass Stick Foundation. Personally, I like Urban Decay better. Urban Decay is a little too dark for me right now and this one is a little lighter. So sometimes I mix them, sometimes I just use this one. It really depends on how I'm feeling on that day. I think today I'm gonna mix the two just because I have a little bit of color on my arms and stuff. My chest is still a little pale, so I'm gonna mix the both of them just so that I can get an even color. To put on my foundation, I always use a damp Real Techniques beauty sponge. This has been like my holy grail for so long. I personally never tried a real beauty blender from Sephora, but this works really, really well. I've heard a lot of makeup beauty gurus talk about it, so I really love it. And it's so much cheaper. So first, taking the Hourglass Stick. Like I said, this is the lighter out of the two, so I focus this on the highlights of my face, kind of like where I would put my concealer. And then I take the Urban Decay on my beauty blender and I focus that on the other areas. It all gets blended anyway, but I like to try a little bit, you know? And then we can go ahead and blend those together. For concealer, I have the Tarte Shape Tape. Honestly, the hype on YouTube for this concealer is so real. It is so thick and you barely need any product to cover up your under eyes. I think it's just an amazing concealer. Right now I have it. It is too dark for me, so we're just gonna go with it, and I'm just a great YouTuber, right? After everything is blended in, I really don't see that big of a difference that it's too dark for me. But I just take it under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, in the middle of my eyebrows, on my forehead, on my chin, Cupid's bow. And I also blow up my cheeks and do my smile lines because I always get creases next to my mouth. And again, I'm just going to take my sponge and blend that in. After that, I move on to my brows, and right now I'm using the Anastasia brow definer. This is in the shade Dark Brown. I really like the shape and thickness of this rather than the Brow Wiz. It's a lot thicker, and I think it's better and easier to use. So I'm just gonna go ahead and brush them out. I'd be lying to you guys if I said that I sat here and had a lot of patience and did them perfectly. Kind of just go for it, and then if I need to clean it up with concealer, then I clean it up with concealer. So I kind of just fill them in until you could be like, oh, her eyebrows kind of look the same. Next, I go ahead and contour, and I'm using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette right now. I'm on the hunt for a good contour brush because right now I'm using the Real Techniques sculpting brush, and this is a really good brush, but I do find recently that it is looking a little bit too patchy and not like nice and blended and natural. I try my best with this brush, but I want to get maybe like a Morphe one, so if any of you guys have any suggestions on a good contour brush that's kind of like flawless and just looks blended and even, let me know. But anyways, to contour, I mix the two shades Subconscious and Shadow Play, so I kind of just dip into both of them. After that, I'm just gonna take it up on the temples of my forehead. I find that my forehead is pretty big, so I like to make it look smaller as much as possible. And then I like to place it right here. I find that placing it just helps a lot more, and then I blend it out. And then I take it and I go under my jawline. And then I'm just taking the excess of whatever's on my brush and blending that all down my neck. It is summer, so I do want to look a little more bronze because I'm not that tan right now. And then taking this little tapered e.l.f. brush, I'm going to dip into those two shades again and contour my nose. Okay, so for my eyes, they tend to get very oily where the rest of my face is really, really dry, which is kind of weird, but I know that's like a common thing. So right now you can see that my foundation and my concealer is already creasing in my eye because it is oily, so I kind of just pat that down down with my finger just to make sure it's like a clean, even surface. And then I go into the Kat Von D palette and I take this shade Levitation and Lyric, and I just kind of dip into both of these. I'm using the e.l.f. blush brush, and I'm just gonna set my eyes with that. This helps so much to keep them matte all day and they don't crease at all. So if you have really oily eyelids and you can't get any product to make them matte, I definitely recommend doing this. It helps so much. To bake my face, I use the RCMA No Color Powder. I just have it in this little container because it's just a lot easier to use. But I love this powder. It's super affordable. It sets my face really nice. My makeup doesn't move around throughout the day, so I really like this stuff. To put it on, I just use a little makeup sponge. I find this works the best for me. It has a flat edge, so it's really easy to get those sharp lines. So I know I look crazy, but this honestly just works really well for me, so that's what I do. As for my eyeshadow, recently I have had a new obsession with kind of warm, orangey, reddish tones. So these two palettes right here are my holy grail. These are the Morphe 350M and the 350S. Matte and shimmer. For the matte shades, I'm going to be using the Sigma E40. It's rubbed off, but I believe this is the E40 or E38. No! Oh my god, my finger just went into that. Do you guys see that? Anyways, these palettes are super affordable and they're super nice quality. They blend really, really easy. I love it. The main shades that I've been using recently are, these don't have names, so I'm just gonna point. These orange shades right here, these two shades. And then I also go down into this corner one a lot. Sometimes I dip into this really orange one if I want it more orangey. Sometimes I dip into this brown one. So I kind of just take my brush and run it through all of these shades in this corner over here. So I just put the matte shades all over my lid and blend it into my crease. I just keep mixing those shades until I get the intensity that I want. I'm not very skilled when it comes to eyeshadow. So I like stuff that's super, super simple, and I think this is something that a lot of you guys can do if you aren't experienced with makeup and you want something flattering on the eye. I find this look really, really pretty. And then once I'm done with that, I take this little flat e.l.f. brush and I take the same combination of colors and I go under my waterline. Next, we're going into the shimmer palette, and I'm using this shade all the way in the corner. It's like this burnt out reddish orange shimmer. I love it. It is gorgeous. And I'm just using the Urban Decay Naked brush because it has a nice flat end on it, and I'm going to dip into there and put that all over my lid. I also find that the fallout from this palette brushes right away. Like, there's no problem with it at all, which is a big time saver. Next, I'm just going to curl my lashes. This is the e.l.f. eyelash curler, I believe. So honestly, it depends on where I'm going that day for what mascara I use. I have very watery eyes. My eyes tear a lot. They're very sensitive to the wind, so I always get tears going down my face. So if I'm going somewhere important or like going out and having a long day, I'll use the Better Than Sex waterproof because when my eyes tear, my mascara doesn't tear. But if I'm just filming a video and then gonna be chilling around the house all day, I'll just use the regular Better Than Sex. But today I'm gonna be using the waterproof one because I'm going out for my sister's birthday, so I want my makeup to last all day. I'm gonna try really hard not to get it on my eyelid because I do that every single time. Next, ow. Oh my god, ow. Next, I like to put a really dark black eyeliner in my waterline. So right now I'm using the Endless Silky Eye Pen Pixie by Petra. It's just so silky and it goes on really, really smooth. And you can already see the difference of how much it makes my eyes pop. It makes such a big difference. Okay, so I'm finally gonna wipe away all of my baking and my fallout. And you can see that that fallout literally just wiped right off of my face. And next I'm going to highlight, and I am still using Champagne Pop by Becca Cosmetics. I just love how bronzy and glowy this makes your skin look. Right now I'm going to be using the Morphe E36 brush, and I'm going to use this to highlight my inner corners. Then I'm going to take it down the bridge of my nose and a little bit on the tip of my nose. And then I also take it on my cupid's bow and on my brow bone. And for my cheekbones, I'm going to be using the Real Techniques setting brush to highlight. Like, are you kidding? And then whatever is excess on my brush, I put a little bit on my chin and a little bit on my forehead. On a daily basis, I like to use nude shades for my lips. That's just what I like. That's what I think looks best on me. I don't like pinks. I wear reds on occasion. But my favorite shade is the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Sand. But it is a shame because I really don't like how drying it is. I feel like it gets very cracky and patchy, but it is one of my favorite shades. So I do put on some chapstick before I wear it, and I think it helps a lot. I don't know if anyone else has this problem with Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks, if it's just this shade or if it's just me, I don't know. But I just put on some chapstick before I put it on, and usually it's okay. So as you can see, this shade is very, very pale brown, which I love, and I want to try different brands, so I'm gonna have to find a different brand that has the same shade, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be really hard to find a shade that is this light. So to finish everything off, I top it off with the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I really want to try the Mario Badescu spray because I heard that was really good, because this can get really, really expensive and I don't really know if it's worth it. So I'm gonna try other stuff. But I'm just gonna spray this all over my face. And there you have it. That is my everyday makeup routine. So that is gonna do it for me today, guys. That is what I do on a regular basis. I hope you guys enjoyed and found this helpful. I know this was definitely needed because I haven't done one in so long. Don't forget to go subscribe to my vlog channel. It's always linked at the top of the description. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.